I got into politics to maintain my home's value and my neighborhood, keep my neighborhood safe, and all those reasons that people deem as honorable for a politician. And I just want to keep that going. That's my way of serving the community, is to try to keep small town politics small and not bringing the big politic aspect into our community. I think as a councilman, I think that my strength is that I take the town of Turin and its whole population as part of my family. And for instance, with the budget, if I wouldn't spend my own money on it, then why would we spend the town's money on it? If there's a safety aspect, then if I would want that for my family, then I want that for the town. So it's just the common sense, bringing the common sense of a homeowner and a family man into keeping it into the neighborhood, keeping it into politics, and not bringing. I don't have any political aspirations of being anything more than what I am now. There's no end game for me as far as, oh well, I'm going to move on and work for the county commission. That's not my end game. My end game is just let's keep our community safe and where, that small hometown feel. Just the simple fact that we are a small town. We are a small town. It's a close community because we're small. People know each other. People know what you do on your off time. And that makes Turin that small. It brings to light the fact that we're a group, we're a close-knit group, and we know each other. Whereas in some of your bigger areas like Sanoa, or even in the city of Noonan, it's so crowded that you don't know half the people in your area. You don't know what do they do on their weekends. You don't know that. But in Turin, you probably do. The challenges, just as I see it, is that we are a small community. We don't have a super amount of land mass, so we can't develop outwardly like some of your other cities or some of your other towns can. We can't just put businesses up just anywhere because people own property, people have homes, there's neighborhoods. Our challenges are keeping and maintaining what we have. We don't charge a lot of taxes, so we don't have a lot of income. We just make do with what we have. We can't add businesses and absorb those taxes to pay for the roads and infrastructure. We have to do that through special programs such as SPLOST, LOST, any taxes that we collect. That's how we pay for our infrastructure. So those are our big challenges, is just maintaining what we have. Just this year, we implemented a very small tax to assist in paying for the road projects and the like. Turin is a water service provider, so that pays for the water system and some of the other projects we have. So we do have a few things going on. It's not, we don't collect a lot of taxes, so we don't have that big government fund like a lot of your bigger towns. So we have to be careful with how we spend our money and where we spend our money. and we have to maintain that budget so that at the end of the year we're not operating on a deficit. Well, I just finished. Let me back up. It's not finished yet. It's in the process of being finished. We have just added, got with a local company out of Tyrone, Lewis Concrete. We are adding speed tables to try to slow some of the traffic down on our arterial streets. So to address some of the, people trying to get off of 16 and cut through, that may be traveling a little bit faster than they should through our neighborhoods. We're trying to address that a little bit. We just implemented a small walking, it's a park with a small walking trail, trying to get people to use the town more and the town, just be a part of the town more. And we just enacted the food park, the food truck park. We just created ordinances so that they could operate there. So we have done a few things. Up and coming projects, if that's what you had mentioned, is just our roads. We're constantly trying to keep our roads, those major potholes out of our roads. So we try to get on the county's list as far as, hey, when can we get paved? When can this road be redone? Other than that, I don't have a lot of projects. Just maintaining that budget so that we're not overspending in one area. All right, so we have the Oaks, which is I won't say a newer neighborhood. It's an established neighborhood, and Greyston Farms, which is a newer neighborhood. So we have added to the population of Turin. What I hope to do by leveraging that is to bring these newer homeowners on board with what we're trying to do. And there's problems with Greyston Farms, no doubt. There's, it's a new neighborhood. It's not finished being developed. There are some issues with that, and we're trying to address that as quickly as we can. But government, it is slow. It is a slow process. It always has been. And I know that some of the homeowners there don't quite, we don't work on their timeline, and it's frustrating, and I get it because it is what it is. But I'm hoping that we can come together as a community and maintain that small town feel that we have. Keep our community small and close and functioning well. It's not so much my experience, it's that because I'm truly not per se a politician, I don't get into the whole the rhetoric that goes along with politics. I try to use common sense, my experience in what I can draw from, and use that common sense approach to problem solving, as far as the budget, as far as what projects we got to do first, what projects we need to spend our money on first, using some common sense and saying these are the issues that we need to tackle immediately, and these are some of the issues that we need to attack in the future. So common sense is really where it all culminates. You can come in with an idea, hey, well, when I get in, I'm going to do this, this, and this. But when you find out how much money is truly in the budget, how much money you have to work with, you have to be able to prioritize. You have to be able to look forward and go, well, in the future, which projects can we get done now and which needs to be put on hold? So you have to approach all your problems with a common sense, with a common sense mindset, or else you're going to struggle as a group, as a community.
Okay.
It's fairly new. We enacted an ordinance which allowed a group of business owners, because it's not just one business owner. There are food trucks, 4 to 6, maybe even as many as 8 food trucks that show up on a daily basis in Turin, and there's music there. People can gather there. Families can eat together and get to know each other, and interact as a community. And it's taken off. I would just, as an outsider, and I don't know their books. I hadn't seen what kind of profits they're making, but they stay pretty busy. So I would think that they're doing well. Turin needed something to keep us together. An attraction, whether it be a restaurant, a store, something that people could call, hey, that's in Turin. Not just Barbie Beach. Everybody can recognize Turin from Barbie Beach, but they recognize it at 25 miles an hour or 30 miles an hour as they're passing it. This is something that people can go to and sit and eat or listen to music and say, hey, we're in Turin and we're having a good time. I've lived in Turin for the last more or less 14 to 15 years. I am a homeowner in Turin. I have a vested interest in everything that goes on in Turin. I pay my taxes, so I have an interest in where that tax money is spent. I run, bike, and drive on the streets of Turin, and I'm not just passing through like going through Atlanta. I have a vested interest in this community, and that's what drives me to keep running for office, is so that as long as I'm making good decisions, I hope that the community supports me in conducting the business the way they want it done.